everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Council Insights. I'm pleased to tell you that our interview today with these two wonderful women you see on screen is going to be about the topic of how council has evolved over the last several years. And in order to answer some quick questions about that, I have invited two ladies. I'd like them to introduce themselves. Alicia, we'll start with you.
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be with all of you. My name is Alicia Loretti, and my home parish is St. Catherine Labouré, and I currently serve as the Harrisburg Diocesan Council President.
Welcome. We're glad you're here, Alicia. Thank you. Jeannie, now to you.
Hello, my name is Jean Warren. My home parish is Seven Sorrows of the Blessed Virgin Mary in Middletown. My current role on the diocesan board is I'm the convention chair, and I'm a past diocesan president.
Which is why you're here today. Alicia, you mentioned that your current home parish is St. Catherine Labouré. Can you tell me, is that where you first became involved in council, and what did that look like when you joined council?
That is where I first became involved in council. I joined basically just to get to know people in the parish. I was new to the area with my job. And next thing you know, I'm serving as the council president. So a lot has changed. At that time, our council was just reorganizing after several years of dormancy. Our pastor had wanted to start the council up again. So a lot of the women who had been part of it early on got it started again and brought some new younger women into the organization to move it forward.
Very good. How long ago was that, Alicia?
That was in 2009, 2010.
All right, very good. And Alicia, as you all know, has been extremely active since then. So thank you. Jeannie, how about you? You and I hail from the same parish, Seven Sorrows. Tell me, is that where you first became involved, and in what capacity did you first serve?
Yes, I became involved there when a friend invited me to come to CCW. I had just gotten married and moved to the area. Before I knew it, I was vice president and then president. And when I was president, I had 3 small children, so which could be a bit of a challenge. Because back then, I mean, we didn't have the internet, so, you had to make a lot of phone calls, and my children were constantly getting into mischief while I was trying to do council things.
And I know your kids are all grown up now, so you've been in council a long time then.
Yeah, it's been about, I was trying to think, about 35 years, probably.
That's amazing. I'll stay with you, Jeannie. How have you noticed the needs of the parish at Seven Sorrows changing and evolving as far as council is concerned? What have you noticed?
Well, I mean, when I started, it was kind of like it is now, a lot of older ladies, a mixture, older and younger, and we still have that. But I think it's harder to get the younger ladies involved
now than it was back then?
I think so, because back then there were a lot of stay-at-home moms, or the moms just wanted to get out of the house.
Oh, I see. Good point. Yeah, and now they're triple busy, and it's more difficult to get them get involved.
Yeah, because they're busy with their children, taking them to sports.
Right.
That's
a big change. Alicia, I'll bounce to you with the same question. How have, in the last 12 or so years, the needs of the parish council at St. Catherine Labouré changed?
I think a lot of councils have this in common. A lot of what Jeannie mentioned is the same at St. Catherine's. And so we looked at ways to address that and still be able to bring in some of the younger people. And so we started a virtual membership. So they don't feel the pressure to attend a monthly meeting, but they get all of our notices and participate, when they can. And sometimes, they're there at, as soon as we need them, they're willing to step up, but it kind of takes the pressure off of that monthly meeting.
Okay, very good. You've both worked your way up through the leadership of up to Harrisburg Diocesan CCW. Has there been, and either one of you can jump in, has there been a woman of faith that has been instrumental in that journey for you? Someone right off the top of your head?
I would say there are two people that influenced me. Number one was Dolores Stichter. She was a past diocesan president, and she was also very active at Seven Sorrows. But she was so into council. I mean, I think she lived and breathed CCW.
I knew Dolores as well. I agree.
Yeah. And she's a very positive person.
And who was the other?
Carm Urick. I mean, Carm, she was always there to support you. And Carm knew everything. She knew everything about council. If you ever had a question, I mean, I would just call Carm or go over to see her and we'd sit and talk.
And that willingness to help was, I'm sure, invaluable.
It was.
Alicia, how about you? I know Carm is on your mind as well.
I was just going to say, I'm trying to keep it together here. I definitely have two people. First, starting at the parish level where I first got involved would be Betty Shell. If it wasn't for her encouraging me, because I felt like I was new to the organization, new to the parish, but, with her support, I was able to, succeed in my role as a parish president. Secondly would be Carm. Carm always encouraged me to push ahead, even if I was getting pushback, just to keep doing what I believed was in the best interest of council. And I remember a conversation with Carm, she said, one day you're going to be diocesan president. And I was just so new. And I looked at her and I said, yeah, maybe in 20 years when I'm retired. Obviously, I'm not retired. And I'm serving as president, which, is an honor. So, she just really had, that faith in me and pushed me, which she knew I could do.
Very good. You both served on the Harrisburg Diocesan Board for quite some time. What changes have you seen in the organization at the diocesan level over the last several years? Alicia, can I start with you on that?
I think we've seen a lot of new, younger members coming onto the board. One big thing that I've noticed since coming onto the board as a district president is their willingness to think outside the box and try something and expand the programs and things that we do for other women and parishes within the diocese. So that's one of the biggest things that I've noticed in being on the board.
Very good. That's huge. And Jeannie, how about you?
Well, I think the use of technology has really changed. I mean, I remember when the first time we used email to contact people, or the first time we couldn't vote for our new officers because of all these snowstorms. So we finally did it by email, and that was like a big deal. This was
what an innovation.
Yeah, I mean, and now we have our own, thanks to Alicia, we have our own website
and a virtual convention.
Yeah, we did a virtual.
That's a huge leap. Looking ahead, Alicia, I would ask you to foresee, what do you see coming in 22 and beyond?
I definitely see more use of technology. I think the pandemic has kind of, in some ways, pushed us in that direction. I think we're going to have a virtual component to quite a bit of things that we do moving forward. I also think, in serving on the national level, we're seeing that virtually social media, that's the way that a lot of these younger women communicate for ease of their schedule and so on, as what we've talked about before. So I definitely think continuing and expanding the things that we're doing using that technology, and also more outreach and more communication with the other levels of council. I think communication is very important. And they look to the diocesan board, you know, for guidance. So I think keeping that line of communication open is something that we'll continue to work on.
I know you're also very busy, Alicia, keeping track of interactions on social media. Can you tell that there's increased interest because of, you know, virtual meetings and communication on Facebook and so on, that there's more interaction going on with the younger women?
Yes, not only at the diocesan level, but the district level, you know, we've had virtual retreats. And there were a lot of women who said typically they couldn't do that. And I know Jeannie can speak to our past convention, 52 first-time attendees. And in their survey responses said, if it weren't for the virtual option, they would not have attended.
What wonderful progress we've made. I thank you both for your role in the evolution of council over the years. You've been invaluable. Before we close, is there anything you would like to add that we didn't address today? Any last words? Oh, you're awfully quiet. I'm not used to that.
I would just like to thank the board members. Obviously, you know, as a diocesan president, we can't do our job without the support of our other officers and board members. So I'd just like to thank all the ladies on the board, and obviously at the district and parish level. Without everyone's support and, you know, all hands on deck, we definitely could not accomplish all that we do. So thank you.
You're here. Jeannie, I thank you for joining us. Anything to add?
Well, I agree with Alicia, and I think we have a lot of great ladies out there, and it's true, you couldn't do it without them.
I agree. Thank you so much for joining us. I've enjoyed our time together and hope to see you soon. Take care, everyone.